bunch of thumping.
Out! Let me out!
You can handle the smoke?
Can you handle it? Bitch, I'm from Texas.
What the fuck is going on?
What's up?
People are saying you're scared. I understand, like in this interview you tried to say, look, my ankle was hurting and I didn't want to fight because I was pretty much over it. I'm not gonna hurt myself. You know, I still make money with these ankles. You know, I'm not gonna hurt myself. But it's like, dude, at the end of the day, your friend came there to fight on your behalf. Ankle hurting so bad, but you still walking around this bitch. Like, you ain't limping, you walking around greatly, like looking like you in good shape to me.
Texas up in this thing, beat you up on this game.
Wait is over, the wait is over.
Welcome back.
This is commentary, so get out your feelings. Happy Sunday, everybody. Hope you guys are having a really good day today. If you are new here, I'm your girl Nesha here, back in the cup once again, and we are getting ready to do this recapped review of Bad Boys Los Angeles season 1 episode 9, and the title of this one is Came, Saw, and Handled, y'all. Now, y'all already know we picked up where we left off last week, and that was with Jonathan whooping Rio's ass. Now, I gotta give it to Rio, though. Rio have heart. Even though he kept getting his ass whooped tonight, he tried at least. Okay, now I did catch an interview that Milan did with Armand Wiggins. Shout out to Armand Wiggins, and he kind of added some context to the fight, so it kind of made a lot of this make sense. However, it's still a messed up situation because according to Milan, Zeus still wanted the shits, they wanted the fighting, and in order for them to get that, since they wasn't about to get it from Milan, who had been fighting since he got there, they wanted Milan to bring somebody else in, and this is how we got Rio. And Rio was paid to come in and have this fight with Jonathan. So basically, I know everybody felt away regarding Funky Doniva's comments about Zeus calling it trash, saying that, you know what, you ain't too far from trash yourself, but he was right. Y'all wanted the shit so bad to where y'all ended up paying somebody just to get the fights, because I guess you're not able to get the views without the fight. I guess you can blame the people that view the show because we do want the drama, but I just want it to a certain extent. Like when it comes to people ending up in hospitals and being whooped like 4, 5, 6 times, then at that point I'm just like, look, it's not even worth it. You know, let us see something else. Let's see something positive for a change, because we out here looking crazy. Let's get back to the night. And Rio ran up on, you know, he was ready, ran up on Jonathan, who said he wasn't going to leave this room. Jonathan ended up, you know, putting them paws on him. I think throughout this whole time, I think Rio probably got maybe 1 or 2 good punches in there. But for the most part, Jonathan was handling them. And I told y'all, it wasn't just no bear hugging and no, it was really like throwing the bows. And at one point, Jonathan was like, look, you next, you know, come over here. You know, you got that you know? And Milan was like, no, I've already told you. He over there looking for Lemmy, looking for the security. Look, I already told y'all that I'm not fighting. This is not happening. And then Jonathan grabs a fire extinguisher, and then he's like, yo, this nigga's crazy. And he runs out of the house, okay? So at that point, since Jonathan can't fight with Milan, he goes back to commence to whoop Rio's ass again, okay? Now, like I said, Rio had heart, because even though he kept going after him and was beating his ass, he kept coming back and he was with the shits too. We end up downstairs. Jonathan starts talking to Anthony and them about, not Anthony, it was Carrie Ann, talking to him about what happened, because apparently they wouldn't let any of the bad boys upstairs. They just handled it, and they could hear like bumping and stuff, but they didn't really know what was going on. And Carrie Ann actually said, I thought you left because people were saying you were not here anymore. So child, nah, he ain't leave. He came back with a vengeance, but he came back. So he really did pull Rio's hair out. He said that, you know, I'm gonna take this nigga hair, and he took his hair and actually wore it in the confessionals, okay? And Rio was calling him weak because he was pulling his hair, but I mean, he was pulling his hair and whooping his ass. So I mean, I get at this point, he was just like, shit, I did everything I can do. Let me just go ahead and pull your hair. Going back and forth, and then they, at some point, they ended up outside. Now, security was supposed to make sure they keep them away from each other, and you had Rio outside talking to whomever he was talking to, but he was standing next to, it was a bunch of water, so I don't know if it was like a little jacuzzi or it's just like a little cute fountain situation. I don't know, but it was some water over there, and he's standing there talking, putting his shirt on his head, and then they go into the house, and Jonathan is in there, and security is allowing him to lead the way. And as I'm watching this, I'm like, why would y'all allow Jonathan to walk by himself like that? Especially when it looks as though he's walking into a garage. Okay, so he walks into this area, and about a few minutes later, all you hear is somebody telling Rio to get out of the way or watch out, and then here comes Jonathan again, and he's fighting him or whatever. They pull him away. Jonathan ends up saying he lost his chain somewhere. But I mean, when you're acting crazy and you didn't put your stuff up, but you knew you was getting ready to fight, well, I guess I don't know whether Jonathan knew, but I know Rio knew that he was getting ready to fight. You should have gone ahead and, pulled that shit off anyway. So he was looking for his chain, ended up about to fight security. He was about to fight security, but he had to snap back real quick and realize you can't put your hands on the help. You wondering, like, Nesha, where was Milan this whole time? Yeah, Milan was up there in the cut, chilling in the dark. And he said he's going to call the police because he just witnessed his friend getting in a fight. Like, his friend's getting beat up. And I'm like, see, Milan, this is why people are saying you're scared. I understand, like, in this interview, you tried to say, look, my ankle was hurting, and I didn't want to fight because I was pretty much over it. I'm not going to hurt myself. I still make money with these ankles. I'm not going to hurt myself. But it's like, dude, at the end of the day, your friend came there to fight on your behalf. The whole issue was about you and your room. And even if you want to say, look, I'm over it, my ankle hurt, and when you see your dude being handled, you do something about it. And I'm not saying jump them, but you know what? You do something about it. You allowed that to happen. You didn't try to break them up. You didn't try to just say, you know what, it's okay, we leaving. You didn't do nothing. You left him hanging, and I don't understand how you still consider that your friend or he considered you his. That was messed up. I'm like, where the hell is Milan? Like, Milan bonked out. Then you see him, well, barely, off in the cut, and he's like, I'm calling the cops. So he calls the authorities. 12 pull up. They looking, I don't know what Milan told them people to get there, but you had the police department, you had the ambulance, you had the fire department, everybody and their mama was there. So they come in there, they're like, look, we need to check, make sure everybody's good. So they walk around, everybody's great. And then after they leave, you come in and trying to talk to Jonathan like, look, we need to talk about this. We need to cool down. Like, can we just talk in private? You and me, like, can we just talk? I'm like, dude, you really looking scary right now. Ankle hurting so bad, but you still walking around this bitch. Like, you ain't limping. You walking around greatly, like, looking like you in good shape to me. So that's why you look like you were scared. So anyway, that happens. He ends up trying to talk privately. Jonathan, he didn't want to walk in the room first because he thought Jonathan was about to get him. I mean, dude was spooked. Jonathan ends up letting him, dude, go. I'm not going to try to fight you. Like, go. Like, it's evident that y'all scared of Jonathan. You were scared of Jonathan since he got there. Then you ended up coming, and you and Zeus thought it was cute to have your little friend come there and get his ass whooped, and it's not. They ended up sending Jonathan back to the hotel because they was like, look, y'all can't be in this house together. Sis got to go. Next day, they pulled up, and Rio was outside. Apparently, Gutta knew that Rio was outside by himself on the phone, and he told Jonathan that, yo, you can go ahead and pull up, dude outside, you know what I mean? If you want to go ahead and get your one again, let's go for that. He knew he was outside by himself. Now, according to Milan in his interview, he states that they were outside chilling, nothing was going down. He then goes to go take a shower. Rio gets on the phone to have a conversation with whoever he's talking to. And that was that on that. Okay? Now, the next thing he knows is I guess some stuff was going on. There was a lot of commotion outside. He gets out. He figures out what's going on. But according to him, he did not know Rio was in a fight because he would have been out there and did something about it. But at this point, I'm like, dude, what were you going to do? You just told us that your ankle was hurting and that's why you couldn't fight at first. So why would we assume that you come out here and fight again? Okay, Rio at this point is out there by himself, handling himself. You know what I mean? I don't think you're gonna actually have his back. So anyway, they show Jonathan. He come up, and apparently, according to Jonathan, he got the chair first and tried to hit him with it. So he took that chair and commenced to hitting his ass with it. Ended up making him leak. He ended up having to go to the hospital, okay, to get stitches. But according to I think it was Rio, was it Gutter? I don't know how the little chair was gonna help, but apparently he put the chair between them, and then Jonathan grabbed the chair and then went and was trying to hit him with it. But either way it goes, it's a messed up situation. Luckily, Moolah was on the balcony the whole time and he recorded it. That's why we were able to see what happened. Now, what I don't like is how Gutter kind of facilitated this. I don't really like that. Like, that was messed up to call, or to, even if Jonathan called you first, to say, yeah, he here. Yeah, there's no security here. Yeah, no producers, nothing. And you know he's coming over. You should have just been like, look, I don't want no smoke. Like, cause you literally set that up. You know, so I'm not with that. That made me look at Gutter a little differently because that was messed up. You, the person has been going at, oh yeah, I whooped the person's I thump. But then you set somebody up on some slick shit. Like, I didn't really like how that went down either, because the boy was outnumbered when it all happened, and you and Relly standing there witnessing everything. Fast forward, they take him to the hospital. Of course, Milan's saying he don't like this. He didn't sign up for this. It should be better. But it's interesting that you pretty much at this point are against everything they put you, every situation they put you in. And then on the interview, you say, I thank you for Zeus, thank you for Natalie, but these are the same people that put you and your friend in this situation. Well, anyway, y'all, we ended the episode with everybody coming for like a little house meeting at the fire pit. And I guess they're trying to first determine why in the hell Rio's still here, because the party was yesterday. Like, he's still here today. And I guess also try to figure out where we are and where we go from here. I do know that they were also planning to do this like video and stuff like that, so obviously they're going to talk about the video recording and things like that. But I think based off of Milan's interview, I really feel like this is pretty much the end of the show. So I want to say next week might be the finale. Okay, jump into the comments, let me know what y'all thought about this episode. Do you feel like Rio have heart? Because I do. Do you feel that Milan was wrong for leaving his friend out there? I do. Okay, and Jonathan, with Jonathan leaving, I kind of feel like it's messed up because he came and he left just as fast as he was there, and he literally did not sleep one night in the house. Until next time, bye.
I'm ready to go. This tea is super hot. I'm about to rush. I'm back, 3 feet, no pressure.